All right, today I want to go over some additions that I've done since the last time I did a video on the modifications I've done to the Sunseeker Fat Cat. Anyway, I want to go over a few things and then we're going to go for a ride. I added an American flag to the back. Got to do that. Got to have the American flag. My Air Force insignia. Added that to my rear bag. The neat one that I've done that I didn't expect to work out as well as it did is this little baby right here. This puppy. This is a bag that goes on a bicycle up on the neck. So I attached it to the behind the boom. The boom's out here. This is the slider for the boom. It's wrapped around here and it's tied off to the chain guard, but it's not tight. I just looped it around there, but I didn't put any tension on it. I didn't bend it over. What this does is open up. That does is open up like that. And your cell phone, you open this Velcro up here. Open that up with a Velcro and you slide your phone in there. Close it. And then your phone will be in here underneath that. And this does not interfere with the working of the phone. I can play my radio from there, my YouTube videos, my music. I can make phone calls from that. Talk on my speaker. I don't have to have my phone out at all. And that was under 20 bucks. It's a nice little pocket. Also has some space down in here. I'm gonna start carrying my camera, my GoPro stuff in here. At my beck and call. You can carry anything you want. Just a nice little accessory pouch. Anyway, what else have I done? I've done the flag. I did my Air Force insignia. Gotta see the Air Force insignia. Gotta see it. Flag's cool. I think that's about all I've done. Oh, I added another light on the back. I got two lights, USB chargeable, and I got my headlight installed on the front accessory bar up front. This bad boy right here. Pretty cool. I got this from Terra Trike. It just goes on the top of the derailleur boom extension up on top. And it just went around there like that. And then you crimp it down. You can put stuff on both sides. Guess you could put your GoPro up there if you wanted to. Anyway, that's what I've done. I want to go for a little ride. I want to talk about the differences between the Terra Trike Charge and the Sunseeker Fat Cat. Here's my Terra Trike Charge. I'm actually have been riding this more. I rode it 2 days in a row, even in 30-degree weather.
Great grumpy grapes.
Big deal, right? Because I've been working on the Sunseeker Fat Cat. And I'll still be doing video content riding this when I ride the pavement. If I'm gonna go off-road, I'm gonna go on the Sunseeker. And I'll explain why and how I feel about both, that I've had it about a month now, how I feel about this trike and my Terra Trike Charge, to give you guys an update about the battery life, about what I like, what I don't like, yada yada. Let's go for a ride. Another thing I added was these side panels onto my sun top. I did this because this top's higher up, and I was still getting a lot of sun from the side. So now that I'm in it, I can still see to the side with no problem this way. So my eyesight's right here, cutting a lot of sun coming in. Somebody was mentioning to me, a friend of mine came over and was watching me build this, how I built it. And he said, well, you created a wind sail. You're going to really slow yourself down.
Great grumpy
That might be true,
grapes.
but I ride this thing typically about 4 miles an hour off-road. I'm not going fast enough to create wind sail. I guess if you're going to ride on the road a lot, on the pavement, doing much more than 10 miles an hour, you could still have this, but what you would have to do is create some slits back here to let the air escape out the back, some flaps, and I can do that if I want to. The way I constructed this, I've already thought about that. Or I could open this rear panel up to let the air vent out. So far, with the assist in level 1 and 2, I can't tell those sides are on there. I don't feel any difference in my rideability. I don't feel any difference whatsoever. I guess if you're gonna go fast on this thing, like in level 3, 4, and 5, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, folks. This trike does not handle well at higher speeds. 20 miles an hour is too fast on this trike. It doesn't have death wobble, which I've heard some of them do. I've set up my front end. I'll go over that. I'll talk to you about that. The big wheels, the big tires, it's not like the Terra Trike. And to tell you the truth, I don't even like riding the Terra Trike Charge at 20 miles an hour. The steering's real quick on both trikes. If you make a hiccup at 20 miles an hour and you overcorrect, you can flip these things. You can get them up on 2 wheels real quick if you're going too fast. I guess what I'm trying to say, if you want to go fast, this is probably not the trike for you. Nor is the Charge. If you want to go fast, go get you a Spider. Terra Trike makes a bunch of different fast trikes. All of them do. To me, 20 miles an hour on either trike is too fast. I've gone over 30 miles an hour in it, really paying attention to what I was doing. And I'm thinking to myself, this is stupid. If I have a blowout, if I run over something in the road, something runs out in front of me, or I take my eye off the road and I have to overcorrect. So you undo that Velcro right there. And you slide your phone into that pouch. And you close it just like that. And then your cell phone is, you can still run everything. And, you know, work your phone. You can talk on it. Pretty cool. Anyway, this zips back up. She rides right there, just like that. So let's turn on the computer. Click through different modes. All this telemetry it gathers, you can click through these menus down at the bottom. And then it shows your battery life up on top. So I went on a 10-mile ride, and 15-mile ride. And it was off and on road, and I still got 80% of my battery. This trike's battery is lasting a little bit longer than the Terra Trike, because I'm not using the 750 watt continuous hub motor, 1000 watt surge. I am I'm tooling around on this thing doing 4 to 9 miles, 11 miles an hour. I'm not out exhausting the battery. I'm staying out of the throttle quite a bit. So put your foot in the clips, not the clips, the straps. A little harder when this foot's back. And the select level 1. So anyway, I want to do a show today, and I want to start doing comparisons on the two. Now, these two trikes are totally different things. They're built and designed to do different things, and they do them very well, both of them. So I want to start doing a comparison on the two. Setting everything up and getting my mirrors dialed in. I fold my mirrors in when I put it in the garage because I put my trike right up against the wall in the garage. And so when I get out and ride, I have to readjust my mirrors. Still dialing in the derailleurs. I'm still dialing in my brakes. Let's go over everything I've had to do. All of my accessories I didn't have to do. With the exception of the rear bag. If I wouldn't have built my sun top rack attachment point, I would have had to have purchased a rear rack for the back of the trike or something from another company, because Sunseeker doesn't make any bags for this trike, at least none that I can find. So you're going to have a bag to carry your tools, your tubes, water, food, whatever. So I elected to build my sun top, so I use this rack back here, this bad boy, to hang my tool bag on. I did a video on that. You can go watch that one. You can see how I built the sun top. You can see how I put on my restraints. You can see everything I've done to this trike. I've did a video and posted it. I've done stuff like I installed this bell. Terra Trike doesn't have a bell. It has electronic bells, which nobody pays attention to when I use them for some reason, and they're loud. It makes a whirling noise, and when people hear it, they're like, I think it sounds like a bird, I guess. It does that kind of noise, and people are looking around, but they never look behind them. It's funny. But I hit this bell, and I guess it's a universal sound. Everybody knows what it is. So when you get your lights, your headlights for facing forward, some of those come with bells. Don't get them. Nobody pays attention to them. I've had them for 6 months. I've used them. On your right, I give a signal that I'm passing. I'm preparing, approaching. They don't look. They just ignore me. And then when I drive by them, it scares the heck out of them. I guess it would me too. That headlight that I got with that sound on the button for, I thought it was cool. It don't work. It works fine. Nobody pays attention to it. This one they pay attention to. This is a Butsu. It's a real loud one. I like it. It's black. Mounts right here. Right next to my throttle. Throttle's right here. It's easy to use. You can lightly do it or loudly do it. So that was an addition. Like I said, I did my new headlight up front. Terra Trikes are mounted here on the handlebars, and they constantly are moving. I had this one on rough terrain come off, so I went to a smaller clip on my sun top and moved the light in board to give it some more stability. As you can see, it's vibrating and moving up there. Right now I'm going to stick with that and see how I like it. The bag we talked about, the additions of my side covers, because this top's quite a bit higher than my Terra Trike. And the reason I did that was mostly to let my sons a little bit taller. The one thing I do like about the Sunseeker is the seat's got some adjustment in it. Now his legs aren't much longer than mine, his torso is. So he's got a longer neck, a longer torso. His X-seam is the measurement of your back of your butt, sitting on the floor with your heels at 90 degrees to the floor, straight up. From the back of your butt to the back of your heels, that's your X-seam. That's how you measure that. At a 45-degree angle, approximately what you would be riding this trike sitting in the seat is what your X-seam would be. So if you want to do that measurement at home, you just get a piece of plywood, lean it up at a same degree as this seat is, about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little less. Sit down and mark that on the garage floor or wherever, and sit down and put your feet up straight, and you take a tape measure and you measure that down to your back of your heels, where at the bottom of your shoe at your heel, and that's your X-seam. His X-seam is slightly longer than mine, but not much, and he's quite a bit taller. So that means his torso's longer. He's got a longer neck than me. I'm starting to bow over a little bit. Nevertheless, we built this top a little higher for him. That Terra Trike sits right down on my helmet. And I did that on purpose because I wanted the top down. As you can see, that sun's right over there. And what was happening on this sun top, a lot of sun was coming in on the side. And it doesn't do any good if that's happening. So I went and got some black material from Wally World, made some wooden 1/4-inch bows made out of wood and wrapped in heat shrink. I love heat shrink. Strengthened that wood, and I wire tied it off and used some hot glue and just kept it taut and attached it into my sun top with some wire ties and hot glue and some wire ties up here to tie it off. And both sides are that way. I've accomplished my task. I've kept the sun out of my face. I can still see here and back behind me, no problem. I just created a better shade cover for myself. It was a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie to you. I spent quite a few hours doing R&D and trying to figure out to engineer it with resourcing the materials I could find. I designed it 3 different ways, but I couldn't find what I needed to do the design. Even on Amazon, couldn't source the material. So we did that, and I say I did that over a 2 or 3 day period of time. A lot of interruptions. You know, important things like getting groceries and going to church. But I get into I'll stay out there all night once I'm in a roll. We were fighting a vortex, and today I'm overdressed. It's 65 degrees. It was in the 30s 2 days ago. Now it's cold and windy. Now I'm burning up because I overdressed. And I dressed a little lighter than I normally do, but I'm wearing long johns and these riding pants, and I'm too hot. So I'll probably pull this jacket off here in a minute, but so you know, January, it's January 26th, 2025, and the weather's going back and forth. Hot and cold, hot and cold. Today it's hot for January. It's kind of weird, but I'll take it. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of work on this trike, and I wanted to go over a few things, talk about what I've done. I'll probably edit the crap out of this video because I'm talking too much, and I've done a lot. So let's talk about the things I still don't like the seat on this trike. I like the trike. I like riding it. It's fun to ride, really fun to ride. But I'm always pushing myself up in the seat. It's not like my Terra Trike is like a cups your butt in your back. This is too straight, and you're sliding forward, and depending on what kind of clothes you're wearing. These riding pants I've got today are stretchy, tighter for keeping the air out, the wind coming up my legs, and they're slippery. They're not spandex, but they are slippery like that, and so I'm constantly pushing myself up in this seat. This seat does not cradle my butt or my back like the Terra Trike. Is a very comfortable seat. And I understand ice, and Mickey at Laid Back Cycles talks about some of the seats on his ice trikes that he's had that just to die for. I'm wondering if I could retrofit the bottom on this and make it a little more comfortable. It's too short is all. Well, the seat's about 2 inches too short for me. Like I said, I don't have a big butt. I guess it ain't small either, but I guess it's average. I don't know. Hell, I never thought about it until this seat. Now I'm getting a complex. You got a big ass here, son. I don't, but I think my ass is falling off, to tell you the truth. The older I get. Anywho, the seat is not as comfortable, period. And that's too bad, because it's just a little bit of design change. Sunseeker, go buy a Terra Trike and take it apart, figure out their seat, and make one sort of like that. Telling you, if you're going to sell this many of these trikes, make your seat a little more comfortable. That's just my humble opinion. What else? Sun top's great with these wings on, because right now the sun is right there, and if these weren't on here, that sun would be hitting me right in the side of the face, and it's not. I needed those, and I might add these to my Terra Trike. Even though that top's shorter, I think I could build some shorter wing, I'll call them side panels, to benefit me as well. So, what else is different about the two trikes? This trike, I don't know if you can tell, I'm doing 15 miles an hour going downhill on pavement, and it's wobbling. It's doing this because of the tires and the rims. They're big, they're clunky. They're not like a 50-pound little thin 1.25 or 1.5 inch tire. These are 4 inch wide tires, and they're inflated a lot lower, like 20 something on the back and a little 30 in the front, and they're just, you know, they're doing this. So that's why I'm saying, when you're riding this trike at high speeds, anything over 15, 20 is too fast, period. It is. Don't do it. Keep them down. Typically, I'm riding this thing at 11 to 12 miles an hour, or if I'm in the Assist 1, I'm doing 4 miles an hour off-road, if that. Today I'm headed to the golf course, and We're gonna go off-road here. This is more of a mountain bike trail, and there's a lot of thorns out here, just like on the other ride I did, so this is gonna be fun. See what we can do. Slow down a little bit. See, 2's too fast off-road to me in this sand. You got to go down to level 1 and use your throttle to get through some stuff. This is where this trike shines. If you can keep from getting flats, you're going to do fine with this trike off-road. It eats the sugar sand pretty good too. This is where this thing shines. And that's why I wanted it, because I'm going to do about 50% pavement and 50% dirt. And I want to go explore in some off-road country, you know. And this is a great area to do it in. See what we got here. This is where this motor comes in. See, I got to go slow because it's kind of rough. You know what I mean? You don't want to fly through there. You'll come out of the seat. That's what happened to me when I was going fast. My feet came out of the strap straight up in the air because the suspension bottomed out, and I ran out of suspension on the front, and the front end went airborne, and my feet came out. Now I kept them up in the air. I didn't lose my feet, but I'm like, whoa, Smitty, slow down. If you like my content, you like my videos, please subscribe. It doesn't help the channel if you just watch them and don't. I got a lot of videos to go watch. I hope you like what I'm doing. I'd really appreciate it if you do that.